Has anybody seen Sedge?
Hey! Here I am! Oh,
Hey!
it's not Friday, is it?
It is.
No way. Well, it must be noon then. Welcome, everybody. Happy Festool Friday. Did that even sound staged? That was kind of fun. Hey, why are we all bundled up? Minnie and I got our raincoat on. That's Minnie. She's on the whiteboard today.
Hi, hi.
This is Sparky.
Insert treat
and
here.
check this out. Insert treat here. How you doing, buddy? Over here's Big D on the board. And look, we're in the back room here, but Minnie and I are going outside here in a second with Chris. Okay? I also want to thank Garrett Sato. He is answering your questions in Kansas City right now at the local Rockler. He's doing a training there, but they've given him a few minutes. He's taking a break, and he's going to answer all your questions while we're going outside. Now, as we head out, watch your step, Chris. Look what we got here. Chris is adjusting the light, and we've been getting this question a lot lately. And hey, Big D, guess what? I think the sun's starting to come out. Come on, Chris, get in here. Minnie's on the board. Don't forget to tell Minnie where you're from. I think we got a little hook here. What's happened? Where's Chris's cord? Oh boy. I think we're good, Chris, right? Okay. So, we set up a tent this morning. I've been watching diligently for the last 10 days for the weather because we've wanted to do this episode for probably about 2 or 3 months, and we just kept getting interrupted with weather. So today we said to heck with it. And guess what? We woke up this morning, even yesterday, it said here in Lebanon, Indiana, we were going to have nice weather. We wake up to fog. We wake up to a slight drizzle, but we don't care. The show must go on. So, welcome to Outside Festool. Chris, pan over. This is our parking lot. This is Festool North America. Check this over here. We need Derek, can you help him with a little cord here? I think we're getting tangled on my cord. Okay, so this is Festool outside. This is our normal studio right over here. I just want to point that out. These are our shrubs and junipers. Okay, hey, Mitty.
Yes.
You're getting a little warm because I'm starting to warm up.
I see it.
We got our Festool rain gear on, and it's just in time for Festool Live that it stopped drizzling, kinda. Okay, so what are we talking about today? We recently, I think it was, a few episodes ago, we did a polishing one earlier this year. And quite a few people reached out, and man, they really thanked us about explaining the Festool system of polishes and the Festool system using the Rotex and ETS and how to polish, right? Okay, so we did that earlier. You can go back and look at that episode. I forgot to write down what number it was. But I want to take it a step further today. I want to polish some acrylic. Is it acrylic? I think it's acrylic. Plastic, I just call it. Minnie
I'm so excited about this.
been so cordial to let us polish one of the lenses on her headlights. Okay, so you've probably had this happen to you before. You get a really nice car like Minnie's Prius here. Hey, Minnie, you bought this one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so she bought this, I think, last year. But this one, you can see, and I'm going to try to get close with this. Chris, let me get my Sys light, so maybe this will put a little more light on it. And if you come in here, there's a slight hazing to this. Okay, now, you may have headlamps, and I'm going to take this and make it look like this, crystal clear. Okay, in just a few steps with the Festool polishing system. Now, as I go through this, it's pretty much the same as we polished that lacquer earlier this year. But I want you to see, and I've done this quite a few times, and I want you to show you a few, and show you a few tips, and a little bit of the technique that I have used over time. Now, I know we're not really pressed for time, but I want to make sure that I can get as much in as I can in this half hour, 45 minutes. Okay, so pay attention, because usually the last 10 minutes is shouting out everybody who's here, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's start. Hey, look who's coming out, Min.
Oh,
Check
brave
that out.
boy.
Look, Sparky. Sparky's moving. Go, Sparky, go. All right.
Right here,
So,
baby.
what I'm going to use today,
Come here.
whoopsie. Big D, am I still on? My mic just fell off. I'm still good? Okay, let me tuck that back here. Wow. This is fun. So what you have to do first is you have to, we're going to use the Rotex. I put on the Rotex right here. I put on the backing pad. It's a little bit smaller than the polishing pad I'm going to use today, but I'm also going to use this for my applicator. And I'll explain that as I go. But what I have to do first is I have to analyze the lens. And when I do that, I come over here, and the first thing I did this morning when Minnie pulled underneath the tent is I taped it off. I don't want to degrade her finish here. Okay? The other thing I want to do is as I tape it, I want to make sure that I tuck it in the recess all the way around. Okay? Because I've actually bumped up against, and I'd have to polish this area. The other thing I do is, I know this is not extremely technical, but you have to analyze the lens to see where you need to start. Okay? And what I'm talking about is I'm looking in here, and there's not a lot of deep scratches. There's sometimes these lenses are really yellowy. So first thing you do is you got to clean them. I usually use Windex. I clean it off. And then as I analyze it, I take my fingernail or my thumbnail, and I go across the top to see and just feel, even with my fingertips, you can usually feel those deep scratches. So you have to choose, where do I start, what grit? Now I know today I'm going to use our silicone carbide platine. Okay, it's a foam back, right? And this is silicone carbide, and hopefully you can see the spongy vision there. And I'm going to put it on here first. And as I sand, if I take too long sanding, you see, that's the beauty of that backing pad. See how it wraps up around? So as I go, I can follow those contours really nice and not bump up to adjacent surface with the pad. So as I do this, I'm going to analyze the scratch pattern. If it's taking too long, I can always jump down to like a 400 granat. Follow me? So it's a time value. Like I've always said before, grits are a time value. So the next thing I'm going to do, and I think today's the perfect day because we got a little bit of a mist on here. If you're doing this in the sunlight, I always suggest very lightly get a little water on there. And I mean very lightly. Okay, and I'll start. I put it in Rotex mode. Okay, because I want that spin on there. And as I do this, you'll see how it starts to haze. Okay? Just like this. And I'm going to come around and very, very carefully do the whole thing. Okay? And you don't have to go overboard. Because what you're doing is you're basically two things. You're cleaning some of that yellow off. Okay? And what you're doing is you're going to create a haze here. And then I'm going to come up top here and be very careful and get that top part of the lens. And I'm just going to analyze here as I went through the whole thing. And I'm just going to come back over here. Because that's where the majority of it was, right in there. And I'm going to stop. I'm just going to hang this up. And always, always, always have your rags and clean off. So I'm just going to take it like this. Okay, and you're going to see it's a nice haze in there. And I'm going to come back in here, and I've eliminated those deeper scratches with that 500 grit. And I'm looking right here. That's fine. I'm not going to get that nick out of that lens. Minnie, I didn't do that nick. It was already there.
Okay.
Okay, and you're going to see if it dries quick, you're going to see that haze up. So now it's a progression. Okay, you're going to now, I'm going to jump up, and sometimes I'll go 1,000, then 2,000, but I'm going to go 2,000 right now. Platine. I'm just going to take that, set it over here. I'm going to put that on, just like this. Chris, you staying warm? Boy, I'm so glad I put on my outside gear for this. Cool. Okay, oh yeah, you can see it hazing up nice. Okay, so just a little bit more. And when I say a little's a little is a lot. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to even out that scratch pattern. And I'm just going to take it and start right here. I'll start up on this point. I'll come in here. And this one doesn't take as long as that last one, because you're just eliminating. Oh yeah, this is going to come out nice, Minnie. I told the guys that I would slow down a little as I did this, because you can knock this out so quick. The toughest part of all of this, and that's the beauty of this Rotex, this 3-inch or RO90. I always just say it's a 3-inch. It just really follows that contour nice with that platine. You can knock this out so daggone quick, it's ridiculous. And you know that that's where that debris hits this constantly. Okay, so you know the majority of that work is right in here. That's all it takes. I'm just going to set this here. I'm going to take it and I'm going to wash it off because I'm removing that grit. Now, I'm going to be jumping up. Oh, yeah, look at that. You can see it. You can definitely see this. Wait till we hit it with that MPA. Look at that. I know, man. So, I don't want to say it's easy to go purchase a new headlamp, but it is. But do that. Hey, Minnie, go over there and get that. But it's buku bucks for a whole new headlamp and lens, right? So just a few pieces of platine, your Rotex R90, you probably already have one, and machine polishing agent. You can take care of this so quickly, it's ridiculous. And you'll save a ton of money, okay? And what's really important about this is funny because we did Chris's, our cameraman, he's right there. We did his earlier this year, and for Chris, it was a safety factor. His were really yellowy. There was a lot of crazing on there, and he told me, he goes, I turned on my headlamps and I could barely see. And it was, it was last fall, wasn't it? It was this time last year, that's right, because we had a snow and then it warmed up. Okay, wow, it's already been a year. Woo, hope everybody's staying safe. Okay. I'm not trying to stall, but this could go really quick. Okay, so I'll take the 2000 off, and I'm going to jump up to the platine. You're going to see how it's a nice, even haze here. Okay, so I'm just going to take that. I'll put my 4000 on there, platine. I'll hit it really quick, and then I'll take it up a notch. I'm so sorry. Did I say I had it in Rotex mode? Yep. Okay, good. I want that spin on there. I want to do it quick. Minnie, we got a lot of people online today.
I think so.
I hope everybody has a great weekend.
I'm hoping everybody else lets me know where they're from.
Huh?
I'm just hoping everybody else remembers to let me know where they're from.
Look at that. And I mean, you can see it. It's coming up, but wait till we hit it with 5000. But you can see that 4000's bringing it up really nice. And this sometimes I've gone up to the blue polish, but I don't think we're going to need it today. I think we just need the speed cut 5000 on there. Hey, by the way, Minnie, there's no charge.
Oh, thanks, Edge.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's clean that off. Okay, one more cleaning. Actually, two more cleanings. Okay. Oh, boy. Look at that, huh? So we're going to have a fine haze, very fine haze on there when we're finished. And you'll see that. I think this is our last episode outside for the year 2021. All right. So as I come over here, I'm going to use this. Now, hopefully you've been paying attention. And I know you guys have been sanding. Oh boy, look who it is. Yeah, there he is, everybody. That's Clint Chapman, CEO of Festool North America. We're polishing headlamps. I'm telling you, not bad, huh?
I'm glad to know how to do it.
If you've been paying attention, or you're used to sanding, you don't sand to 180 grit and go to 80. No, it's a progression. So a lot of people will ask us about our polishes. I cannot say this enough. It's liquid sandpaper. So it's easy. It's color coded. But you see this is MPA 5000 or 5010 grit. So that's a really fine grit. In other words, I went to 4000, now I'm going to 5000. Keep it easy like that. Now, the other thing on here is, and I've said this before, orange sponge, orange polish. Okay, you're going to do a blue, which is 9,000, blue to blue sponge. It's all color coded. White is 11,000, and guess what? 11,000 polish, white pad. But there's something else I wanted to point out, and I showed you earlier. I've always used with speed cut, and then we call it speed cut. That little icon right there, that's the backing pad. I mean the sheepskin bonnet that I like to use as an applicator. Now the other thing that's really nice about Festool machine polishing agents, MPAs, is they're water-based. Cleanup is effortless, but it's also good for you, good for the environment. They're not petroleum-based, which a lot of machine polishing agents are out there. And the other thing too, they smell good.
Yay!
Some of them are like watermelon. Some of them are apple scented. I just love it. Almost want to. Oops. Okay, everybody. Here we go. I'm going to put my bonnet on, or my applicator, just like this. I'm going to spritz just a little, like this. Don't have to, but I do. Okay? And here is the cool thing. Look. You don't have to do a lot. Okay, now what I like to do is I don't want a lot of material whip, so I'll do two things. I'll slow it down at first. Okay, I usually do between 2 and 3, but also I'll do this. I'll get that material on there just like this. And many of you are going to love this because this is going to be quite noticeable when I'm done with this. Always double checking your blue tape. Okay, and guess what? Rotex mode, and here we go. And you know, you're still going to get a little material whip, but I'll just get that in there like this, and you're going to see how that's going to start to pop. Just like this, and I'm concentrating right out front here, but this will be really nice. Chris, I think when we did yours, we ended up with what? I think we just did speed cut because they came out really nice. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bump it up to full speed just so we can get that popping. And Minnie, this will be really nice because you'll get a better beam on the highway tonight when you're going home.
I'm excited
in the dark
to see both sides.
because it is a safety factor. You can see better. Mm-hmm. When your high beams are polished. I'm trying. I promise I'm trying. Okay, so let's look at it. Now, I'm not going to use the normal blue shop rags. I'm going to use this because I don't want to scratch it with that shop rag. And I'm going to clean it off now. And we're going to look at it. Now, there's sometimes, oh boy, look at that. Mm-hmm. That's huge, isn't it? Look at that.
You know there's a little gravel dust in there, too.
Oh, yeah, but look how nice that is. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm going to do, man, just for you?
What?
I am going to step it up a notch.
Ooh.
And I know we have that mist, but I'm going to look at it. You know what, Min? I'm going to take it up a notch. I'm going to go one more for you.
Sweet.
Okay, I am going to go so I can show people that sponge. I'm going to go up a notch, and I'm going to go one more. See how crystal clear that is?
Oh,
and I'm coming over here and looking at it here and here, and you'll notice it. But I'm going to do it one more.
Wow.
Okay, pretty good, huh?
Yes.
A lot better. And I'm going to go to the 9,000. I'm going to get that on here. It's fun. I'm actually warming up pretty good. Mm-hmm. And the other thing, hopefully you know this, and I mentioned it, but this is like the third or fourth time I've used this sponge. I take it, I run it under water, I wring it out, I put it on a pad, and it stays nice. So I'll take it one more. I shook these up this morning, okay? And I'll get some of that material on there. I don't have to do too much up here, but I want to get right in here because I want you guys to all see how crystal clear this becomes. Oopsie. Once again, I want to start a little bit slower right in here. Good. And you're going to see this come right up. Even more crystal clear. Oh, yeah. Is everybody telling Minnie where you're from? Okay, and right in here is where I want to get it. Man. We got a big board? You're always analyzing your lens to make sure you're covering everything. And once again, this is 9,000 sandpaper on here. So it's really polishing and sanding it to a high polish. So I'm going to put this over here. Woo! And I'm going to grab another rag. Big D, how's that coming through? Good? Look at that, everybody. Minnie, check that out.
I'm coming.
Look at that, man. Crystal clear.
That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing? So I'll tell you what,
for tonight.
Where we stopped with that speed cut for Chris's, we bumped it up for Minnie's.
Wow. And
now we have exact match. Pretty cool, huh? In fact, I think it might be clearer than the new one. Okay. So, really simple. Pull that blue tape off. And let's see our result. Look at that. See how I went in there, man?
Mm-hmm.
And that is how we protected the finish, so I didn't have to detail the whole car.
It's a shame. It needs it.
It's okay. And that right there just takes a few minutes. And I mean, doing the other one, you got a nice crystal clear lens there. And hopefully that comes through on camera. But there you go. And now you'll get a nice clean look coming through when you're driving tonight.
Thank you
very
much. Yay!
Whew! How'd everybody do? I think we did it. Garrett, did you have a lot of questions, I hope? Man. Okay, so Minnie, I guess we got to turn that around.
We do.
Let's see where we're at. Woo! Wow!
You can read all of them today.
I think I can. How was the lighting, D, outside? Good? Good, okay. So, here we go, like we do. We wrap up every time. Let's say where everybody was from today. So we have Dawn from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Dawn, you are always there, thank you. We have Michael from Edmonton, Alberta. Hatchen, London, England. Joe from Waseca, Illinois. We have Dawn from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Boy, there's a lot of Dawns out there. Mm-hmm. Huntington Beach, California. Ian from Yorkshire, East Yorkshire. How are you doing, Ian? Mr. Harrison. West Valley, Phoenix, Arizona. Kurt from Suring, Wisconsin. Lausanne, Switzerland. You're always there. Austin, Texas. How you doing, Austin? We're coming down there next year. Elk Woodworking. Whitestone, New York. You know the nice thing about this, Minnie? This hat, this toque, keeps my hair dry. Okay, we have Johnny O from Atco, New Jersey. Wake Forest, North Carolina. Doug from Zionsville. How you doing, Doug? Tom and Kelly from Eatonton, Georgia. Southern California. Toulouse, Denmark. I think I said it right. Toulouse, Denmark. How would you say that, Minnie?
I think that they have those, I don't know.
They got some cool accent marks, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay, Fentonton, Michigan, Hudson, Wisconsin, Warren from Batavia, Ohio. You're always there. Christopher from Malta, Jefferson City, Missouri, Wilmington, Ohio. We have Orange, Australia. That's so cool. Mechanicsville, Virginia, Mississauga. That's in Ontario. That's in Canada, right by the airport. We have Salt Lake City, Utah, Srednyorolsk, Russia. I'm going to say it right one day.
Becoming a regular.
I'm telling you, you're a regular.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Anastasios, Athens, Georgia. I'm in Greece.
New.
How you doing, Anastasiosis? Okay. I'm terrible. Paul from Berkshire, UK. The Netherlands, you're always there. Stockton, California. Lucas from Poland. Andy G from Enfield, Connecticut. And Wolfgang from Vienna. Hey, everybody. I think that's a wrap. Huh?
Yep.
Sparky, is that a wrap?
Well, he's in the car. I don't think he likes the
Sparky's
weather.
in the car.
Yeah, he was out here in a heartbeat, man.
Oh, my God, Sparky. Okay, everybody. We're going to do a quick wrap. Thank you very much for tuning in. This was our first outside event. And once again, it was clear when we started, and it's starting to drizzle again. So we're going to get inside and wrap this up. Have a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in to Festool Live. We will see you soon.